And welcome to the Adventures of Syberiah. We are playing space engineers, and we are rocking out the Industrial Overhaul Mod. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Very pleased to see you here today. So here is the end result of the printer that we worked on our last episode. It is fully functional. I went ahead and put some glass on top so we can walk over it here. I set up my control station right here. So very easy to see once you're in first person right here. What you're printing makes life a lot easier. And I also went ahead, let's start from over here. I know you kind of saw it, but I set up my catwalks here so that I have a way to get up on top of the living quarters and to get to the skull kid. So I set up these stairs here, and you can literally just walk right up to it and go and get in the seat. I've gone ahead and I've modified my LCDs, making them a little cuter. Why are you offline? There you go. They're supposed to be shuffling different images for now, unless I need them for something different. This ship is all ready to roll, and I'm excited because we need to get to space. So one of the things that I need to do is collect the material and put it in this cargo here that I am going to be needing out in space. So now my idea is to replicate something along these lines here with the rock crusher, the ore purifier, and the refinery, and then a cargo. I'm also going to need a source of power. Thinking some solar panels because we will be out in space. And I am hoping that we can go near ice somewhere out there, perhaps in an asteroid, and be able to set up that shop. That way the little miner can stay working so it can refuel itself. And then I will really use this ship here mostly. At first I have to scout the asteroids, but after we find a location, this ship is mainly going to be used for back and forth transportation from here to space, bringing back ingots of, hopefully we get some uranium and some platinum and things of that nature. So I'm not going to bore you guys with all the components I need to throw in here, but I am going to go ahead and set that all up, load this beast up with some materials, refuel it completely, and get it ready for space. Super stoked. Well, it took me a little bit of time. I had to make some materials and make sure I had everything, but we are fully loaded with a bunch of stuff for the making of our base up in space. We are fully refueled with both hydrogen and rocket fuel. It is time we take off and head into space. Thrusters engaged. Landing gears unlocked. Ready for takeoff in 3, 2, 1. We are on the heavy side, that is for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and spacebar till I get some speed here. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little tiny bit. And can I convert to rear thrust now? I can. I have set up my thrust override. I want to be as straight as possible with the base here. Ideally, I would love to find an asteroid directly above us. Let's go for thrust override. Let's go. Kick it. Here we have it. Just to where we are barely using fuel there. I think we're doing just great. We are at good speeds. Let's go ahead and increase it a little bit more. And one more, and that should do it. What you don't want to do is push against the speed limit that Space Engineers has. You can't go over 100, so any fuel that you're using to try to push to go faster than that, you're really just wasting it. So if you're traveling out into space, this is a decent speed, around the 90s. Let's go ahead and drop the acceleration a little bit, the thrust override, and look at that. We are doing just fine. Let's go ahead and get some lights on. Now, in the Industrial Overhaul Mod, unfortunately, unlike your meter for your hydrogen fuel, we don't really have one for the rocket fuel other than the little green lights on the tanks themselves. Now, I did go ahead and add 2 more tanks to this just to make sure that we had a little bit of extra fuel. But we are at 35 or 0.35 gravity. We are going a little faster than we should here. The higher up we get, the cheaper on fuel this should be. And I want to start looking out for asteroids, like that one over there, directly in front of us. And those are the ones that we are going to go ahead and do a little bit of scouting in them and see what kind of materials we can get out here. So I'm super stoked about that. I am definitely headed towards this one for now. Let's go ahead and aim towards it. There it is. Let's go see what it has. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my HUD to fully visible. You can see the marker for the base. We're about 24 kilometers above the surface. I can drop my override speed a couple more notches. Burn less and less fuel. There we go. And as you can see, my thrusters are barely firing now. We are at 0.17 of gravity, so we weigh a lot less out here now, so less oomph out of the thrusters to move. So let's keep it going. I do want to take a look at my tanks. Now, the rocket fuel tanks, we are at about 70% at the, of fuel in them, so we're doing okay. Hoping to get there with at least 50 left, and if we get lucky and find some ice in the first few asteroids, then we're in business. There we have it. I'm gonna go ahead and disable my thrusters, and we are gonna go ahead and do them manually now. So I have my front thrusters turned off so that it can just glide with the speed that it already has. Once I get close enough, sulfur and bauxite. So definitely want to go ahead and mark this asteroid. So let's do a /GPS. I'm going to put A for asteroid, bauxite, and sulfur. Perfect. That way we know which of our markings are from the asteroids. Now, I want to look around and see if I can spot any other asteroid. It looks like there's a tiny one over to my left over there. I think that's what I'm looking at. It might not even be one. I don't think it is. No, it's not. Here's one right above us, right there. Where is it? Right here. Let's go ride that one out, go take a look, see what we can get. So here, I kind of just do a push on the thrust. A half speed should be fine, and then I turn off the front thrusters and I just let it ride. It's one of the most fuel efficient ways I've found to fly out here, trying to save as much of that rocket fuel as possible. The ship is a little bit of a gas guzzler, but it's all good. We are still in the gravity of the planet, 0.07 of gravity right now. Super light, so traveling here should be nice and easy. But there is another asteroid over here to our right, so let's check this one out and then go there. And that's kind of the name of the game here. We're going to do a little bit of asteroid hopping until I find one that supports life. Let's see what it has. Give me your goodies, Mr. Asteroid. Silver. Okay. Silver's a good material. We can do stuff with it. Anything else? Let's go ahead and mark another GPS location, and let's do some more asteroid hopping. Found an asteroid with some gold and titanium. So pretty much all the stuff that I have on Earth so far I have been able to find. Nothing different yet. Really hoping to find some uranium and some platinum. That would make all the difference here. So I have, let's see what my fuel is at. I'm still at about 57%. So I'm gonna keep on flying around this area here and trying to see what I can get. And here we are on another asteroid approach. Let's see what this one has for us. Come on, baby. Please be ice. We could use some ice. Titanium and silver. We've just crossed the zero gravity line here, so we are no longer affected by gravity. But I am approaching this big asteroid over here. Kind of curious to see what it has. And hopefully it's... Where's the ice? Well, at least we got iron here now. Alright. Let's go ahead and do a quick approach here. And there's one to our left over there as well. If this one isn't ice, then hopefully that one. Nickel! And yes! This is what we have been looking for. I am so stoked. This completely works. So this little pebble in the sky here is going to be where I am going to be building this little processing unit that we're going to do here with the crusher, the purifier, and the refinery. So here's the ice. Very, very nice. That means our miner can work. We have some nickel here. I can farm stone, and there's a Mayday sign over there. Yeah, we do have the ships on. I haven't added any enemy mods or anything like that, but I did go ahead and set up the enemy cargo ships that are going to be blinking here and there. You know, maybe we'll play around with those for now. But let me get settled on this asteroid. I want to find a nice spot that I want to set everything up. I want to do a little quick study of where the sun is going to be appearing and how I can maximize my solar power here. I think I have found the spot that I want my solar tower to be on. It's taken me a while. I've been kind of chilling around and kind of following and tracking the sun a little bit. And it comes out from over there, goes all the way around to where you see it now, and it's going to go over here. So if I have a tower that is up high enough, then I can pretty much get sunlight 24 hours a day, except for when the sun goes behind a planet. That's the only time I'm not going to be able to get any. It's just the location that I'm at right now. That's the best I'm going to be able to do. But I'm thinking that I want to set up a tower, and in this section here, I think it would be a nice view onto the planet here. So if this was my flooring, this would be my view from my front windows here. I think this is where I want to build. I think this could be a good, exciting way to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and start making my flooring for our production area here, and I kind of want it to be a little bit away from where the tower is going to be, because my solar panels are going to be swinging around and such. You know, maybe I can do it right here over the... Yeah, let's do something a little interesting here. Thinking if this is the back, let's go ahead and set up our flooring over here. I need more steel plate. There we have it. Let's go ahead and set these guys up here. I want to make enough room to where I can at least place the production blocks, the battery, and the solar panels up there. So what I'm thinking is we are going to need a rock crusher. Where are you? Rock crusher. We are also going to need a purifier. Rock purifier. We have a refinery right here and a smelter. Those are all the ones that we are going to need. So I'm thinking that I want to make my connection point and perhaps maybe even a docking area here over this hole on the asteroid here. And then I can set up my production blocks here. So let's go ahead and start off with our rock crusher. So let's say it goes here. Off to the end here would be my connector. I don't know that I want to do it just like that. I want to leave it there just so I can see what I'm doing really quickly here. So I believe I've screwed this up already. So the rock crusher has the connection point up at the top section. If you look at it here, maybe we'll set up the connector with that instead. Meaning the lower one would be running into the base here, and then the top one where the connector is would be... Are you the one? It's around there somewhere. I can't really see it. So this would have a conveyor. Now, what kind of conveyor would this be? This would have to be the sorter. We're gonna need a few of these here. Let's get one of the curved ones as well. So from the rock crusher to the ore purifier, the ore purifier has a connection point right there that I'm going to turn around, and we're going to use the lower one so we can have that sorter facing... Why can't you... Oh, I need aluminum. Give me some of this stuff. There we go. I should be able to at least place it. That's all I really care about. Let's see. There we have it. And then from here, we're going to go into our refinery. Now the refinery has a connection point at the... I want it this way, like that, so that they will... Oh, come on. So like this? Yes, like that. So that I can connect the two right there, and again, a sorter into the refinery. Wow, we're getting big already. Let's see here. I need a cargo connection, and I think if I did this right, let's go ahead and weld this guy up here. I want to see the connection points again. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and weld all of this. I'll be right back. Alright, so I've gone ahead and I welded all of these here. Now, I kind of went over a little bit here. Let's go ahead and add a few more blocks under the refinery. And then maybe this could be the end of the base here. I don't want to get in the way of the solar tower there, but I think that I can get away with adding my cargo container right here. Right about here. Let's see.
Energy low.
Ooh, I need to go get my energy. Okay, I got some fuel, and what I want to work on is this solar panel, or solar tower. Make it a few more higher just to be sure, but I want to start out with a rotor right here. And I do plan on using the solar alignment script for this in order to make things happen in the way that it needs to here. So I think what I'm going to go with is this setup like so. And then I can do a line of blocks. Maybe I can do something more like this. So let's do one of these on each side. Like that. And then I can do some half blocks here where I can attach the actual solar panels. I think I brought enough for 6. So where's the solar panel? Here we go. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is maybe something like this. 1, 2. I'm going to place more than I brought. It looks like, actually, you know what? I can rearrange them like so to make the 6. Oops. Why is my, there we go. I'm not a big fan of the auto align. Okay, so I'm thinking something like this in order to fit the 3 of them. So there, there, one more block here. Then we can do the same on the bottom. Let's go ahead and flip them like that and like that. Okay, and then I can do one more at the very end here. I think this should do it. And then on my next trip, I will bring more stuff for these. And then I should be able to get more things going here. Honestly, I don't know if I brought enough for a programmable block. I kind of totally forgot about it, that I would be needing one. But I think I might have enough. I think I brought some extras. So this is the setup I'm thinking here. As long as I can clear the top of the base here so it doesn't hit, I think I should be fine. I don't think I'm going to go that high with it. But let's go ahead and start making these. And the other thing I want to make is my batteries. And I think I'm just going to place those randomly right in front of the refinery here. So maybe batteries can go here. Something like that. So let me see what I can get here as far as materials. Solar cell, these are large grids, so yeah, there we go. Not large grid, they can't go through the small conveyors, they have to go through the bigger ones. I'm not too sure what's happening with my welder there. It's a little different. Wonder if that's a new thing. But let me go ahead and weld this up, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as we're done here. I've gone ahead and I welded every solar panel that I could here, and also set up the batteries here. One of the things that I want to do now is set up my programmable block. And the reason I want to set up a programmable block here is I want to run a solar alignment script on our solar tower there and be able to have it track the sun for, you know, the optimal power here. So one of the things that I already did that the script requires, I made a group called Solar Rotors. And I've included all of the rotors that I put up there, all 3 of them. So what I want to do now is go into my programmable block, into the edit, browse scripts, and I want to look for my solar. There it is. Double click it. So here's what I was talking about. It tells you right here to set up the group solar rotors. I want to go ahead and do a check code and press OK. Now it should recompile itself to where it starts following the sun. Is it going to take a second here? Let's see. Looks like it's starting to wobble a little bit. I wonder if it's moving. Looks like it's very slowly rotating. Let's see here. Looks like we're headed in the right direction. The other way that we can see is once we go into the programmable block here, is you can look at the bottom section here. It says script is running in rotor mode, and it's regulating the rotors according to what it needs to do there. Hopefully to reach the sun. Are we still moving? Very, very slowly. And there you have it. It is aligned with the sun now. I can't wait to get the rest of these solar panels up. I wish I had more solar cells in order to weld them up, but it is working nice and neat now, and we have some power to the base. And if we go ahead and take a look at our battery here, there you go, recharged in 0 seconds. So we have plenty of power, and it's making power right now. Of course, we are not running any of the machinery, so again, it'll take us a second to see exactly what we're gonna be, how much power we're gonna be using here. But one of the next things that I do want to go ahead and place here is a cargo container. And I do want the large. Let's go with the large, and I want it in large grid, and I have all the stuff for it. Oh, I think I got the wrong one, maybe. Let's see here. Okay, if I can place it, it should be good enough. But it's got to line up with our refinery right there, because I do want to place a sorter here as well. One of the pipey ones into it that will tell our ingots to stay there. So, oh really, 1 aluminum plate is what we need. Let's go ahead and get the stuff for that. So I think I also want to place a cargo up at the front here, so that we have room for all the ores while they are being, processed through here. I think this might be it for now. I think at this point, I might as well just grab all the rest of the materials that are in the skull kit here and drop them off at the cargo, so we have some materials for here. And might be time to head back to Earth and go collect some more materials. But actually, before we go ahead and do all of that, I think what I'm going to set up as well is my hydrogen power. So I want to set up a, let's see, where do I want to put this? I could technically just put it on top of the cargo. Let's see, where are my tanks? Okay. So I'm thinking a large hydrogen tank right there. That's not too bad. I'll go ahead and find a place for a few H2O2 generators as well that I'm going to be needing. Do I have enough stuff here? I don't need all of these plates on me. Let's see. See how much of it I can weld. Small steel tubes. Alright, let's see if we can get the rest of this. I do want to start welding the platform, and it would be nice to have an area here that is airtight that I can, stay a little bit more comfortable. There we go. So we have a hydrogen tank. We can take an H2O2, perhaps maybe 2 of them. Let's see if we can place them here. Maybe something like that. One on each side. And then engines on the side of the tank itself. Do I want to do them like this? Yeah, why not? Let's do them a little different than the one that I have on Earth there. There we go. So let's get all this stuff welded up. I'll be right back. Very nice. So I got everything welded up. I think what I want to do now is set up that other cargo container on this end of the line here, so that we can store the actual ores and some ice that's going to be going to our hydrogen tanks there. So I think I'm going to go out to here, and I want to place another large cargo container right about here. Now, I think for this one, I just need a regular conveyor. I don't think I need to sort anything in order to get to what I want here, because it'll just pull the ores through here. As long as I leave ice open through all of this, it'll get to these guys, and it should be fine. So let me go ahead and get this welded up as well. So there we have it, the beginning of the asteroid processing facility. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the little miner here, right? I'm gonna go make a few rounds of ice so that I have some hydrogen stored here. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of stone here as well, just to test everything out, make sure it's working. I want to make sure that the power is not gonna deplete while we're out doing some things. But let's go ahead and jump in this little guy here. Turn him on. There we go. Don't need my hydrogen engines right at the moment, but let's go ahead and unlock and go ahead. Oh, what happened? Oh, okay. I guess I do need my engine, my hydrogen engine. I do want to go ahead and make sure my ore detector is maxed out, which it's not. But I want to see where that ice is. It's over here. Yeah, let's go get some ice. This little miner is going to be so happy living here. It's like the perfect environment for it. Whee! Let's go. Alright, so we have ice right over here. And I'm gonna go ahead and collect some. How fast does it fill up? That is the question. Oh, cockpit's already full. Wow. I touched it and it filled everything up. Did the drills fill up as well? I missed it. There's still more room. Let's go for another little touch. And I believe this guy is fully loaded now. One of the things I should do is mark the location of the base. Very easy to get turned around and not know which direction you came from. But where's the sun? Can't even see where that is, so I'm in trouble. There it is. Found the base. Oh, this little guy's gonna work out just fine out here. Don't hit the solar panels. I'm a little bit on the heavy side now that I'm full. Let's take a look here. I just want to make sure that it goes all the way through the system, all the way to the hydrogen generator of the base. Make sure it collects some ice. Let's go ahead and lock, turn this generator off, stockpile off as well. And if I go ahead and look at the ship's inventory, I do have a little bit of ice. So let's go ahead and see which compartments have ice. Yeah, my H2O2, my medium cargo. And if we go to the base and we look at the hydrogen generators there, they have already went ahead and collected all this ice. Let's go ahead and throw that out there and that out there. And now the tank on the base, the large one, should be filling up. There you go. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this guy here. I'm gonna take the trusty Skull Kid and run back to Earth and go collect more materials. First thing I want to do before I leave is actually leave a GPS marker. I am going to call this the processing facility for now, and let's see what happens there. But it is time to get back to Earth. Here we are on the approach of this asteroid, and this one is in gravity already, which is interesting to me always. I guess the perfect dream is to have one directly above your base on the planet. What secrets does this one hold? It's got a huge crater in it. Tantalum. Okay. Now that is new. That is new. Okay. So this one, since I left a miner back there, I'm actually just going to go ahead and get some by hand. Now this is a material that I haven't been able to see yet. This is the first time I'm seeing this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some. Yes, yes. This is it, right? Yes! Tantalum ore. Okay, so I've managed to mine a decent amount of it, of that tantalum. And, let's see, TA, is that what it is? Yeah. 10. Yeah, so about 80k worth here, 90 maybe. Just a little shy of 100. And I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna put it on the Mega Beast and let the Mega Beast process all of it. And then we're gonna take a look at what we can do with it. I wish I was bringing back some uranium as well and some platinum. Uranium will definitely change the name of the game as far as being able to power up vehicles with ion thrusters, and the platinum is going to help us make that. Also, eventually we want to get to the point where we can make a jump drive. I think one of my next stops is definitely going to be the moon. I mean, we have a lot of work to do around here first, but eventually we'll get there. As of right now, let's lay back, enjoy the view. We've managed to come back home from space with a load of tantalum. Went ahead and piped it into the system here. So if we go to our tantalum, as you can see here, our rock crushers are on it. Why is there some in the cryo chamber? It's a little weird. But anyways, regardless, rock crushers is working and turning them into crushed tantalum ore, and then the purifier should be picking them up as well at this point, right? Ore purifier, there we go. It is still doing our niter from earlier, but seems like everything is in the queue and everything is working. So we now have tantalum in our base, which is really cool. Now, when it comes to making thrusters, for example, the ion thrusters, I believe what we are going to need is the thruster components, and that I believe requires platinum. Let's go into the production here and see who makes that. I believe it is the advanced assembler? Nope. Nano assembler? Yes. So that's what we're going to need there, platinum ingots to make these. And then if we want gravity components, we will definitely need the tantalum. I do want to see what is necessary for a jump drive, because that's one of the things that we will be needing out there. Now, if you look at the components for the jump drive, we're going to need some quantum computers. And what else? And the gravity components. So we will definitely need a tantalum for that. Quantum computers. Let's go ahead and look at the production again. And I believe that was the microelectronics factory. No, these are just the advanced. So it is the nano? Yes, quantum computers. Again, tantalum and platinum. So that's the direction that we want to go with. So I've been thinking as far as what to do out in space. Yes, we have a little processing unit out there with the solar panels, which I need to get materials for. However, we already have all of that here on Earth. The issue is getting everything that we process here on Earth out there. That's usually where the biggest expense happen with fuel and having to carry everything and time. And you know it's very easy to blow up a ship these days if you don't do these things right. But I think that eventually what I want to do out in space is I want to set up some units. So I think that, for example, what the Mega Beast is here, we'll call this a processing unit. The crusher, the purifier, the refinery, and smelter, which is on there as well, and the cargo. So let's call that um, the processing unit, right? Along with that, I would like it to also
Fuel low.
process ice, as I'm running out of fuel over here. I would like it to
Fuel
also process
critical.
ice and be able to store um, the hydrogen. But I was thinking that might make something like that a bit too heavy. So why don't we come up with another section that is just for fuel? So on there, let me refuel my character here really quickly. Um, and on there, what we would need is this setup that I have downstairs over here. So it would be an oil cracker, it would be a bitumen extractor, and it would also be a fuel refinery. So these three would work on making fuel for us. This is what produces rocket fuel and also gasoline. So I can imagine another ship unit kind of deal with these three, and then all of the tanks for rocket, gasoline, and also hydrogen. And we can do the ice with this one. So this would be all the production as far as that. The rest that I have here is pretty much everything that would work with ingots. Basically, if you're ready to grab an ingot and turn it into a component, that should be our next ship. And that would include a lot of these parts here. For example, the chemical refinery makes the components out of the materials on the fuel ship in this case, right? With the cracker, bitumen, and fuel refinery. So this would take those materials and be able to make them into components. This would do the same, and pretty much you get the gist here. I would like to place them into 3 to 4 sections of a ship, maybe the final one being cargo transportation, and be able to link them all into a base. Basically, once you park them all together into a central hub, I guess we can call it, they would all function together as a giant production facility. But let's say I want to go to a planet and go over there and extract some oil sand to make all these types of fuels. I can take my fuel section of the base and just go down to the planet and do what I have to do, collect everything, let it process, come back fully loaded, connect to the base again, and we're refueled. I think that's the plan here. But for now, I need to get a lot of materials up into space to build something like that. Um, so there's going to be a lot of planning. I definitely have to jump into creative and come up with a good plan of what I want to do. Um, I will be building this base by hand. I'm not going to use a projector. I will, however, have probably an example that I've created on creative, kind of like what we did with the Mega Beast. I had the example truck next to it, and then I kind of just fine-tuned it accordingly. So yeah, we have a lot to do. There's a lot of work that's going to be done here. So guys, thank you so very much for watching. I think I'm going to leave this episode off right here. I'm gonna go ahead and fill up the Skull Kid with all of the materials that I need to go back up into space and finish welding up the base up there. So you guys will probably catch me up there on the next episode. All right. Thank you so very much for watching, guys. I do appreciate all the likes and the subscriptions. You guys are awesome. Thank you so very much for supporting my work. Definitely keeps me motivated. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching The Adventures of Siberia.